Q1, Elon said there's going to be a Cybertruck event in Q3. We didn't hear anything on this earnings call about the Cybertruck event, and then he kind of pushed it off and said later this year. So let's read the tea leaves, guys. Are we going to get a Q3 event? Not that it matters, but it's, again, we're talking. Are we going to get an event in Q3, or is it going to get pushed to Q4?
I thought we said earnings calls aren't the place for product announcements. Make up your mind. Which one is it? Do you want a financial?
It is a place for Cybertruck launch.
No, but I think it's funny how
Cybertruck launch.
I think it's funny how different people hear different things. I heard very bullish things about Cybertruck. I heard that, yes, it's going to be coming out in Q3. Everything's on track.
Oh, you heard? Okay, I
heard that later this year.
I heard later. He said later this year.
He said later this year, and I think it's going to be September 6th.
Yeah. He had to couch because he said that this Cybertruck is not like any vehicle ever. It's got 10,000 parts. It's as slow as the last part ever. So yeah, he's going to.
I get it. I understand all that. I understand Elon's fault. But I'm just saying, in Q1 he said Q3 event. No Q3 event.
If he wanted to deliver 3 Cybertrucks in front of the press and 3 buyers, he could do that tomorrow evening, right? So if the intention is to do this in September, he can do that. He can pull that out of a hat any day. But if the intention is to be really ready and the next day there are 50 or 100 Cybertrucks going to be picked up, that's probably a little bit more of logistics. And, it may not be the most important date for them in the next 4 or 6 weeks. It will be an important date.
I get
Maybe
it.
He needs more time to work with, what's his name in Texas, so you can actually buy an EV in Texas. You can't even buy them there, right?
That's true.
I've talked about this before, though. I'll move on. The only reason I'm bringing this up is I think it's a good discussion. Bulls, and I'm a bull, but I'm a realistic bull. Bulls say, why don't they believe Elon on this,
we're all unrealistic?
And this? They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. Hold on. He says certain things, then they don't happen. So I can understand why people could say, well, Elon says this. Should I believe it? Yes or no? That some people that maybe aren't in the Tesla universe might say, maybe I shouldn't, because he said a lot of things that, so maybe Tesla don't get the credit until they deliver it now. Is that unreasonable? Is that unreasonable?
I can comment on this from.
Yeah. I'm just asking, is it unreasonable to see a little bit more than just go with what they say?
I think what the guidance has been on Cybertruck is small volumes this year, delivery event. He did say a delivery event in Q3 and before, so that is true. But he's basically saying, delivery. He goes to what he reaffirmed on the call is the product will be delivered this year in small volumes, larger volumes next year, and that's synonymous with any kind of new category, very highly complex new product introduction. That makes sense. This isn't like maybe a Model 3 refresh where you're reusing 2/3 of the parts and you're procuring a smaller percentage of new parts. This is everything's new, and there's a lot of difficult things. But the one thing that I'm hearing I had to correct somebody in another forum earlier because people aren't understanding what a release candidate vehicle is or a release candidate product is. Release candidate product is they believe they're done with the design, and that whole machine, that whole supply chain machine is working and it's ramping up, it's cranking up, it's getting components into the material rooms, everybody's getting ready. Release candidate means is they believe they're on the final design, they're just finishing all the testing that they have to do to confirm that. I think if they find a problem that's related to some remote test case and, some mountain at some temperature in New Zealand, they'll fix it, but they'll fix it, in due time. So I believe that they're actually gearing up for ramp, and they just want to kind of set expectations. This is one of the things I've seen with the company and changed in the last maybe 2 years, which is to set expectations a little bit lower and to exceed them.
Yeah, fair enough. And again, I'm just trying to stimulate some debate, right? Because this is what people are talking about. So this is good that we have a back and forth and kind of go through the issues. Yeah, go ahead, Herbert.
Yeah, it is funny that different people hear different things. I mean, I am just so excited about what I heard in Q2 earnings call. I love that Elon is there, by the way. And just a quick comment, I don't want to bring this up again, but he was defending the retail investors for Tesla. And he loves Tesla retail investors. That's why he then went off talking about the margin. But he is so confident about the future of Tesla, but he knows that it's very volatile. That's why he went to talk about it, okay? So everything Tesla's been doing has been out of the park. So what if the Cybertruck is not released in September and it's released in October, November, or even December this year?
I agree. Or next year, or even 2025. It doesn't matter.
Is that sarcastic? Are you being sarcastic?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying at some point it does matter. But come on, if it goes into 2024, it goes to credibility, Herbert. You can't make statements and then...
The credibility in my mind, the credibility is the fact that they have a frigging Cybertruck, which is the most incredible vehicle ever made.
I agree with you.
Exactly. You two are exactly the problem of what's an earnings call, right? People like Christian, they want a date, they want a number, they want
no,
I
don't really need a date. Whatever. I'm just saying, don't look. If Alexander, if you tell me you're going to be somewhere on August 15th, and I'm going to meet you there, and we're going to have lunch, and you don't be there on August 15th to have lunch, I'm not going to say, oh, that Alexandra, she's so wonderful. She's going to be late. Maybe she'll be a few days. I'll just wait here.
Okay, did he invite me for lunch right now? Did he invite me for lunch?
You clearly haven't started your own company, created your own product, and created your own business. You have a plan. You have this project plan. You hit as much as you can, but things happen. But what matters is, can you deliver it? Can you deliver it profitably? If you're not profitable, it's okay. If it's okay,
I agree. I don't need
delayed.
him to tell me. What I'm saying is, don't give us a time for an event until you know when the event will be. That's all I'm saying. Don't tell me nothing.
And I say, don't invite him to the earnings call because he was the one saying Q3. Last time.
So there's truth and then there's not truth. I'm big on truth, like Elon. Elon loves truth. And Jeff backed me up. He said in Q3, we're going to have a Cybertruck event. That's what he said. Now you could say, well, maybe it's Q3, maybe it's Q4, maybe it's Q1. We could do all that. But what I'm saying is he said Q3. What he should have said, maybe Q3, maybe Q4. It could be Q1 and 24.
They are reinventing the vehicle. If this was, I'm going to create a brand new model, whatever, that has been done a million times before, I can be very precise of the date that's going to come out because I'm using all the same parts that we've done.
It's the greatest vehicle in the world. It's going to be a hit. I understand all that.
And is he not right? When he said that the Model Y is going to be the #1 selling vehicle in the world, when he launched it, and it does. Why don't you give me credit and give him credit that he was right on that?
What I'm saying is,
no one else thought it was.
But here's where all I'm saying is, I hear, why don't they just believe Elon and Tesla? They're going to do this. And Elon said it in his own words. So I'm just giving you a pushback to why an ordinary investor, not a Tesla Uber bull, might not buy the stock, because he said, maybe I'm the FSD boy who cried wolf. Meaning, he said that FSD would be done. I'm just saying he did it again this year. He said, I believe it will be done by this year better than a human. So if it's not, I understand it doesn't matter. 25, 26, the stock's going to skyrocket. I get it. But what I'm saying is people that aren't in the universe don't understand that. He said it was going to be done this year. It's not. Now he said it's done next. Do you understand why there is some doubt among people who don't follow the story? That's what I'm trying to say. Yes or no?
I think you go back to the point in the tape where you said you're not going to win this debate. Cut it there.
Yeah, I'm not going to win. I know. I think I make a good. If this was like a jury with like jurors that were,
impartial,
even-handed, and not a biased jury, then I think my points would hit home.
We're biased.
If you really invite me for lunch, maybe you get my voice.
Christian, I think
Alexandra wants to agree with me. She was about to go in and say, I get your point.
It's the lunch. It's the lunch. It's the lunch.
So, go ahead, Christian. Like your
I'm
understanding
get in the comments below, but I don't care. I think this is important. I think when you say something, you can do it. But go ahead.
So look.
Yeah, we can move on.
You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong about why someone isn't buying the stock. I have people very close to me in my life that are bears that this is what they talk about. But the point is, Cybertruck event is coming. So he wasn't specific whether it's Q3 or the beginning of Q4. Like, do we really care? We saw a Cybertruck. We saw a line. We saw it frolicking in the mud with a giant windshield wiper. Like, you're seeing progress, and Elon's future telling is the reason we're all here. Him saying, in 2014, in 2020, we're going to sell 500,000 units. That came true. Model Y is going to be the number one by revenue, number one by in 22, number one by volume in 23 is why we're here. So now you're talking about Cybertrucks and bots and FSD. So, what did they just go back and just focus on that? We are long-term investors, and ultimately, yes, it is a fair point to say that the earnings call should just be about numbers and deep diving into those things. Let Zach do his thing. Do some vision casting, but stay away from financial advice. Those are all fair criticisms. So I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, I think that we should just focus on how where the company is going, skate where the puck is going, as opposed to just dwelling on it. So I think we should move on.
And let me just end it here, and then move it. I just want to clarify. I agree with everything. I want to do a little bit back and forth. What I'm just saying is, I'm just showing you how, because people are saying, on Twitter, I don't understand why Tesla's down on we're going to save the world, we're going to change the world. And all I'm trying to get across is there are other people that buy the stock that aren't like Tesla lovers.
Sure.
And I'm just trying to give people an understanding out there in the world why things happen. And I think that's one of them.
Yeah, and I'm really happy. And I'm really, really happy you invited me.
Go ahead, Jeff, bring it on.
I love it.
Wait, can we go through the list?
Wait. Can we go through the lunch invitation first?
What?
August 15th.
You guys can set up a one-on-one call. Do that. I was just going to say, I'm just going through the list of what we've been called on this call. Tesla lovers. What's the other list? I'm rational. I'm thinking through this, and I was going to say, I was just looking at my calendar tomorrow. I'm going to have to spend a block a half hour to go through the comments on Christian and defend him. So it's probably take me about a half hour. I'm just adding that on my calendar
now. A little bit. We chat sometimes, and sometimes you're critical about some of these calls. And come on, be fair.
I know it's funny.
No, I told you. I told you where the point that was.
You just valid. Do it a lot more politely than me. That's all.
No, Christian, you called him out. I was about to in the chats. He is going crazy about Elon talking margin, but on this call, he pointed out, but he was very careful with his words.
He said it. He said it.
I said it.
He didn't use his name.
What do you want me to do?
Go back to the tape. He didn't use his name at all. He was very, very general about his answer.
No, okay. That's all good.
Okay.
All right.
Can we do? Listen. I loved your answer, Xander. Your answer was so beautifully well worded and stated. Thank you so much for doing that, because it is about the big things that are happening, and these things are smaller. So I think we should do a toast and celebrate that we are in the second half of this year, right, Jeff? You're talking about the tale of two halves. We're now heading to the second half. Things are looking very good for this company. I say we do a toast for that.
Cheers.
And I'm also a natural debater. I love debate. I love back and forth. I hate when we all disagree. So, blame me, but I got to mix it up a little bit.
A natural debater? Okay.
A master.
I didn't say anything.